lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by to see what I have going on today. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back to hang out with me. I appreciate each of you all so very much. I have missed you guys. It's been a couple of weeks. I had a lot going on, a lot of orders to get out, and I just couldn't get in videos the way I'd hoped to. But I'm here today and I have some fun DIYs for you guys. Sorry about that. And they're kind of random, I guess you could say. A little bit of fall, a little bit of Christmas, if you will. It was just some things that I had on my craft list that I wanted to do, and I figured, you know, I have done so many fall videos, or so many fall crafts rather. I figured I'd just kind of mix things up today. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll jump into the first project. So I have these wood blocks here that I got from Michael's probably about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, and I did get them on clearance. They were like $3 or $4, really good quality, and they were from the 4th of July holiday, or Independence Day holiday. So I've had these rub-on, the wooden, faux wooden rub-on transfers that I got from Dollartree. I've had them for some time, and I love them, and I got them not really sure what I was going to do with them, but I thought maybe, you know, instead of staining, I would try them on these wooden blocks and to make like candle holders, or you can even put like succulent plants or small potted plants on these. But I am a candles person. I do have, you know, a lot of greeneries and things like that, but I'm really more of a candles person. So that's what I'm going to make for today. But nonetheless, I really like these transfers. Now, they go on very nicely. You do have to rub a little bit, but they are very smooth. They look very natural, and I really love that. But as we go forward, you're going to see on probably almost all of the projects, I had a little bit of a hiccup with them. Here, I didn't have enough of the rub-on transfers. I actually thought I would, but I underestimated. But I was able to kind of blend it by actually going in and staining it, and you'll see that in a few minutes. But overall, it really did take very well. But you're going to see in a few minutes where the mishap happened. So here's where I'm staining it with the burnt umber, and it really did make a good match. Now you could definitely tell, you know, which side was covered in the rub-on versus the side that was actually where I went in and did some staining. So I knew I was going to distress these, and so I just started going, and it really was working out well here. Except for some spots. What I think may have happened here is I don't even know, guys. I wiped it down. That made it a little bit worse, but actually in the end it really did look very nice, and I wish I had left it like that to let it dry. But nonetheless, it was a learning curve for me. Like I said, this is my first time using those rub-ons. Sorry for that if you guys can hear that. It's a message. But so what I did, because when I did the distressing, it did take off quite a bit of the transfer. So I'm just going in with some of that burnt umber just to try and darken up some of the spots, because it was looking really white. But this is where I'm saying maybe I should have just put these to the side, let them sit for probably about 30 minutes, and then came back, and I think I probably would have been okay with them. So I did create more work here than I probably needed to, but it, again, learning curve. So I'm going back in, I'm distressing, and it's coming off excessively, but I'm staying the course, and I'm just using my little finger sander there just to try to blend that paint. So that's really what I'm doing, just trying to blend the paint at this point. And there was some other, like aside from the natural wood grain, there was some other stuff going on under there, and I'm thinking maybe that it had an actual coating on it. That's my thought. I don't know if that's, you know, to be true or not, but it was more visible once I started sanding the rub-on rub-ons down. You could really see it opposed to when it was just in its natural state. So next what I did was I went in on my Cricut Joy to Design Space and created or printed out these words, and this one says unbelievably blessed. The others I did, it says family, and then I did one for love, and I really love the way this came out, but this is where the mishap happened. Occurred rather. When I went to remove that transfer tape, it peeled almost all of the transfer sticker off. So at first I was going to leave it like that, you know, just chalk it up to a distressed look, but I decided to, on the other two blocks, to use the side where I did the staining, and I like that a lot better. And just holding them side by side, I didn't like how they looked. So I ultimately went in and I changed that. But look how smooth these two went on. Like, I just really love this. I think it's simple, yet very high-end looking. And I mean, we did it for less than $5, so I really think this is really cute. But like I said, right here, this is where it was really bothering me, so I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to remove the vinyl and sand this down. I did paint over it. I sanded first and then I painted over it, and it did come out a lot darker. Not a lot darker, but darker than the other sides. So I just turned it over and used the side that I stained, and I was very happy with it at that point. And you can see here the difference. I hope it's close enough where you can see the difference. Like, it looked totally better than what it originally started out as. And I was just a little bummed I didn't get to display the side with the transfer stickers, but at the end of the day, I was totally okay with this. And even those sides, like, they really, once they dried, were gorgeous. So next up, we have this, I got this oblong shape cutting board or charcuterie board from Walmart. I think it was like $4 or $5. It is for display purposes only, and I wanted in my kitchen, I have it's red, white, and black. And so for my coffee bar or coffee station, it's not actually a bar, but station or section, I wanted to create a riser. So I'm going to use some of those natural wood. It's from the toy section. It's like a dresser, but it's natural wood. It's in the little play set. So I thought that would make cute legs or feet for this riser. And once I started doing it, I was like, oh, they look so bony. The little legs look bony. It needs some pop, you know, something to make it look fuller, if that makes sense. But what I'm doing here is I'm whitewashing this. I didn't want it stark white because I am going to be using one of those wall decals here. Sorry guys, and I kind of jumped ahead, but I'm going to be using one of the wall decals here. And so I wanted it to kind of still show a little bit of that natural wood color, but still give the illusion that there is some white underneath, if that makes sense, like a powdery effect, I think is what I'm trying to get at. But nonetheless, so on the edges, as you can see here, I'm just going in with the crimson red. That's by Waverly, and I'm going to put that around the rim, and then I'm also going to color the little tables in that same crimson red color. And I think in the end it looked really cute. It kind of had like a little puppy dog feel to it, but you guys can definitely let me know what you think. And I hope, even though I am going a little bit faster, I did leave in a lot more footage for you guys. I hope you're able to follow along. I'm still learning all of this, and I'm just trying to find that happy medium when I'm recording versus when I'm editing and things like that. So I get those covered. I just did the top parts of those just because I kind of wanted to make it seem like it was coming out of the board, and then for the legs, I painted them in white. I thought I did this before, but first, so what I decided to do, because the legs were so thin, I took some larger beads to make those, so I'll put those at the bottom of the tables to give them a little bit more oomph, if you will. So Okay, here's what it is. Well, I just taped off that top part because at first I was gonna freehand it, but my hand just was not lining up correctly here. So I taped it off with some painter's tape, and then I just went in and started applying that white paint. And really, any white paint will do here. I did use majority of folk art and Waverly paints, but any paint would probably work on this. So here with the wall decal, it was a little bit longer than what I thought. I don't know why when I laid it down initially I was like, oh, it's gonna fit perfect, but no, it didn't. So I did trim it down to fit the size of the board, and it really went on very nicely. Like at first I was like, you know what, I probably should just left this like all white and then did, you know, a black trim, but at the end I liked it because I can still use this and leave it out as I transition into Christmas, you know. And to me, because my kitchen is red, white, and black, majority of things in there, I think I could probably leave it out all year long. I don't really see it as Christmassy, but you can definitely add this or create something similar if you have a cocoa bar that you're setting up for your kids. And you can do that by using the planks from Dollartree. So this is totally something you could do with Dollartree items. So once I did that, it laid on very smooth, and I on the top of this one, it had like a little miniature cutting board, almost the same style of this board. So I just used that and put that right where the handle is, just to fill in that blank space. And then next, I just attached these, and once I did that, once these are attached, and I'm just using hot glue here because I don't have, it's the Gorilla hot glue, and it works very well for me, and I don't think these are going to pop off, but if they do, this is an easy fix. But I think this will be sturdy enough for me. I'm not going to put a whole lot on it, just like my teas and honey and things like that. And so once I did that, I just went in and I had a natural doorknob, or not doorknob, drawer pull, and I added that to the top of it. And this is where I'm like, this is really coming together cute. So I'm kind of glad that I stuck with the red, white, and black theme. I think I was probably more concerned of the way I did the colors, but I needed the white background to lay down the window cling, if that makes sense. And so here I'm just adding on the beads to the end of the legs, and I'm kind of you can't really see here, I'm not putting glue on both sides, I'm just putting on one side and I'm pushing it closer to the leg. And there it is, and it just reminded me of a puppy. of a puppy for some reason, I don't know why, guys. Or even a little wagon like. But I went in with some Mod Podge to seal it, and it blended very nice. You cannot really see where the plastic or the clean stopped. And so next I have this beautiful, I don't know if it's a shadow box, maybe, I'm not sure, but I found this little box at Hobby Lobby in the clearance section. I think it was like $3, and it just said Amen on it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what a beautiful, you know, canvas to just add your own words to this. And I just loved it. So I got it for like $3. These little link chains, I think they were part of something else, but I couldn't find them in the clearance section. I also got those from Hobby Lobby, and they only charged me like 25 cents for them. So I was like, you know what? I'll take them. I will find something to use them for. And so with this sign, immediately, like I promised you guys, like immediately, the first thing I thought of when I started, you know, to take it out and create, and I was like, you know what, it's a song that I really love, and it's by an artist called Tasha Cobbs. It's a gospel song, and it's called Break Every Chain. And I love that song. Like, it's such a passionate and hard feeling song, and I love it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this would be the perfect vessel for that, because I do kind of like the abstract art pieces. Like, I don't have a lot of display space in my home, but you know, little things like this, I can even, you know, sit on my desk or things like that that I can see. And I really wanted to take my attempt at kind of creating a piece of that art. And I know you guys have probably seen where they have the little chains that, you know, that they just have by themselves, not on a box or anything. And so that was kind of my inspiration here. And all I did was I went in with some of that black paint and a very thin paintbrush, and just kind of added or amped up the lines that were already there, because it already had like a shiplap look to it, and I just added some extra paint in there to bring it out. And next I have these flat dowels that I ordered off of Amazon. They're approximately about 12 inches. I cut them down to size because this box was 8 inches all around, and I just cut it around to make a frame because I felt like that would make it pop even a little bit more, and I'm really happy with how that came out. Now I don't do anything with the back, you guys. If you're new here, I that doesn't bother me because usually if items like that, if I'm not covering the back, it's because it's not going to be seen. And so what I did was I printed out Acts 16, 25, and 26, where it talks about Paul and Silas being locked in jail, and that's the verse that came to me, and then that's the song that also came to me. It spoke to me, and so that's where this project came from. And all I'm doing here, as you guys can see, is I'm just doing some distressing with a little bit more of that black paint, because these links, they do have ridges on them, and it really picked up that paint very nicely. It wasn't overbearing. At first I thought, well, maybe that's too much distressing on top of distressing, but I think it kind of played into it, and it really just kind of meshed well together, if you will. And at the top of it, I printed out with my Cricut Joy again, it says break every chain. And I love this. I really, really love this. And I love looking at it. I love looking at my projects for the most part. And this one here, I just really love this one. And because it's simple, yet very cute. I think it has a little bit of high-end look to it, and you can definitely, you know, just recreate this with one of the boxes from Dollartree. They have the ones where you could have the little 4 sections in it. You can flip it over and do the same thing. If you don't have a Cricut machine, you can definitely use stickers here and put your favorite verse there. I just thought this was a great deal in the project altogether. Not include, even if you include the vinyl that was used here, it was still a project that came in under $5. So I was totally happy about that. And again, this is just a piece that I do enjoy looking at because it does make my heart smile. And it just reminds me, it constantly reminds me that, you know, all the fight that we go through, all the battles that we face every day, we're not facing those battles alone. Alone, and just in the blink of an eye, you know, God can shift whatever obstacles are in your way. So I like this. This is a motivational piece to me. So our next project is, I got this faux flower potted plant from Michael at the end of the spring season. And I want to say it was maybe like 80 or 90% off, I think, something like that. And but it was a great deal. I think it was probably like $4 or something along those lines. And I have these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree that I'm going to be using, and this is the first time I'm using the ones kind of, it looks like a brown paper bag, and these were very nice. Like, I love the rustic touch that these gave to this plant, to the base of this plant. And it's stone. I don't know if it's true stone or clay, but it is not plastic. And I wasn't sure how this was going to look, because at first I wanted to do white, but then I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Because it has kind of a powdery white and grayish mixture to it, and I wanted something a little bit different. And I think the black made it look even more rustic, in my opinion, but you guys can definitely let me know. So I just cut out the flowers from this. I didn't want to really do any wording on here, but I wanted to just put something that made it look a little bit more rustic and, you know, just old school. And so I decided to go with the flowers from each of these. And I don't think I used the flowers from the black and white rub-ons. I think it was all from these that brownish or tannish color rub-ons. And here I just decided, okay, that looks really pretty. I'm going to show everything at the end, guys, as you know, if you've been here for a while. But here I took some of that macrame rope, and I just tied it, or not tied it, but just put it around the rim of the plant, or the pot. Oh my gosh, I put it around the pot, the top part of the pot, and then I just went around a few times until I liked the thickness of it. And then I went in with some of my half beads, and I just kind of put those probably about 1 to 2 inches, or maybe 1.5 to 2 inches apart. It was a little bit off, just because I didn't space. I should have spaced and marked it, and I didn't. And so it just was off, but it's not super noticeable. But that was it for that. And here's everything. And here are the candle holders. I got those cute little pumpkins from Michael's too. I think they were like 70% out. So gorgeous. I love those. And it's just the right little pop to add to my fall decor, you know, as I'm happy fall is finally here, even though it still feels like summer. But I really like this. And again, this is a beautiful piece. I can totally see this in a bathroom, you know, or even in your foyer or your entryway. I really like this a lot, and I'm definitely going to get good use out of that. And here is our coffee bar tray, and I thought this was cute. I got those little apple candles the same time I got the pumpkin ones, and I think this was absolutely adorable, and I think it's perfect. This was the vision I had. I didn't want to bombard it. Of course, I won't have all the flowers, you know, the pics on there and everything, but it's definitely how I envisioned it. It won't hold a lot. It's just gonna add a little something to create a little bit more contrast to my coffee bar. And so I really enjoyed making that as well. Super simple, super farmhouse to me. Very farmhouse. I love it. I love it a lot. And here it is, you know, even if I choose to not use it, I can definitely stand it up because it does have, you know, the little wording on that, and it just says the secret to every recipe is love. I thought that was cute. And here's the little potted plant for outside because too, I am not a plant person, so they do not survive under May's care. And that's it, guys. That was it. Oh, nope, I lied. That was not it. Here is my break every chain art piece. I really love this. I think it's very cute, very chic, very high-end looking. Honestly, I really do like this. I enjoyed everything today. And if you guys are still here with me, I appreciate you so much for taking the ride and watching the video. Please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and as always, commenting. Just know that those comments are only desired and not required, just because I love to chat with you all. And I hope to see you all in the next video. So thanks a lot, lovies. Be safe, be kind, and always remember to have fun no matter what you do. Also, fall in love every day. Every day that you open your eyes is an opportunity to fall in love with at least one something that day. So, happy crafting the days away, lovies. Hope to see you all in the next video. Bye.